toasting, joking too. Sipping and roasting is what we do. Light 'em up, drink 'em down. Whiskey and cigars all around. Cheers, y'all.
Party just about to begin, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We are on show number 473.
That's a lot of shows, my friend.
That is a lot of shows. That's a lot of beers, is what I was thinking. Do you realize how many beers we've consumed?
At an average of 3 beers per show.
Yeah, and that doesn't include show beers, by the way.
Not including show beers, and not including shows where we have breweries on, because then sometimes it's more.
Yeah. Show beers are what, we wind up sometimes with show beer sponsors who provide beers for us to drink while we're warm. It's a kind of the warm-up beer.
Yeah. If you look Copperhead Brewing this month.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's the Medusa, isn't it?
This is the Medusa. It's so freaking good.
Yeah, no, we tasted that on the show when those guys were in here with us, and I found that to be universally loved, but the thing that they brought that made Terry crazy in a good way was the sour.
It's a wild berry sour. If you want Terry to show up to work early today.
That's what. Hand me your bottle for a second. Oh, thank you. These are so good. But this is the wild berry sour, which is what Terry is drinking, and this has become like I think his favorite beer for this month.
It is so good. I absolutely enjoy it. I enjoyed a few of them last week. Just in the evening, it was so nice. I mean, I could drink one of these every night.
So it's funny about them because they're a small operation in Conroe, and they only had a few beers in stock.
Right.
So we'll be going up and seeing them next month, but they'll have a few more beers in stock. So we'll pick up the rest of our show beers then. The ones that are under 10%.
I love picking up beers. That's like a good These are all like pretty hefty.
Yeah, those.
Speaking of beers, we will be tasting some on the program today, and we're very excited about it. My computer is going a little nutty, so pardon me if I take a moment to get things together. From Stesti Brewing Company in a place I have not visited, but now will be dying to do so, from Lovelady, Texas. That's where Stesti is based.
I don't know where that is.
I don't either, but I'm going to find out. We'll be trying their light Pilsner called Tractor Juice, which seems very Texas.
Love that.
Seems very Texas, yeah.
Tractor Juice.
From Waunakee, Wisconsin, and Untitled Art Brewing Company. These guys have put out some great beers that we've had on the show before. We'll be trying their IPA called Citra Velvet. And you can expect that to be a little hazy, I would guess. And then finally from Asheville, North Carolina, and a company called the Burial Beer Company. I suppose that's
pretty intense.
You can get like maybe a 4-pack and be buried with it if you if you pass. That's what I want. Set me up when I pass. Set me up with some of that Medusa and just bury me. That'd be the best idea. No, we'll be trying their beer called. And I love this because it makes me think of Nicolas Cage, which is one of the things we love to do on the show. But their beer is called The Burden of Unexceptional Discomfort. It's an Imperial Stout, and we'll be trying that on the program.
It just sits around drinking itself all day,
right.
being depressed.
Yeah. Hot update. I looked up Lovelady, Texas.
Yeah,
right?
How far away is it?
So it's north of Conroe.
Okay.
All right.
So it's not that far.
Well, it's a bit north of Conroe. It's not.
Dallas is north of Conroe.
I call Conroe South Dallas.
Yes.
That's what I call it, but that's just me.
But when I pull up the town, Lovelady, the only things that pop up are a church just outside of town and a Family Dollar in town.
Oh, well.
So they have a Family Dollar, a church,
and Stesti Brewing Company.
Yeah, awesome brewer.
Yeah,
brewery. So.
Go by the Family Dollar, buy yourself some cheap glassware. Go to the brewery, drink beers, and then go to the church and
literally,
pray
it's
for
the only three
forgiveness.
things that pop up: the Assembly of God, the Family Dollar, and the Stesti Beer Garden.
we may need to go to church after we taste today's bourbon. It's from Louisville, Kentucky, and the Heaven Hill Distillery. It's the Barrel Craft Spirits Armida bourbon. It is a bourbon whiskey finished in pear, brandy, rum, and Sicilian Amaro casks.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Now,
so
Barrel is an interesting company, okay?
yeah.
Because you can never find the same thing twice.
Right.
Like it's
really?
all.
I've actually had this bottle for a while and haven't opened it. That's why I thought I'll bring it on the show. We'll open it up today and try it. But what, Ian? Can you help me with what is the ABV there? Is it 2010?
The proof is 112.1.
Oh, 112.1. Okay, so yeah, so your basic
or
light whiskey.
56.05 alcohol by volume.
Yeah, your basic light whiskey. Yeah, is what we're getting
big.
at. So
I have
it's pretty big for something that you didn't bring.
I have a small amount of barrel rum left. That
that's
comes
good
in
stuff.
at like almost 130.
Yeah, I mean, and
It's
it
like
almost
128.
it almost doesn't even taste like rum. It's got so much kick to it.
You really got to water it down.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
You know, even if you're someone who likes, I like barrel proof, buddy.
Yeah,
like 130 proof.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be getting to that and Ubering home today. So we'll be also bringing you some of the most popular segments on the program. We'll do the Drunken Fact, which is where we bring you a fact that you can drop at your next party when
I'm just
everybody's
gonna have to
getting a
use
little.
these two pencils as a drum roll here.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I don't have my ukulele.
Uh-huh.
So
That's nothing. We're not getting. That's like a practice pad. I think you almost have to use your fingertips, just
you're
like
gonna have to just do it on the actual microphone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Our Drunken Fact teaser headline for today: dun, 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 dun. Pink. It's more than just a pop star.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. And in the
Aerosmith did a
also
whole song about it.
it took me a while to understand this whole like brand of clothes called pink
Right.
on gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, well, it's not pink.
there was
It's just saying it
Yeah.
is, and then you think it's pink.
back in '80s alternative music time. There was a band called Kissing the Pink, which I almost used that as the teaser headline, but it isn't about kissing. So, in any case, we'll. And then Drinking News is the segment we bring you in the second hour of the show. It's where we bring you a story from the news, something that is, reportedly real. And are you drum rolling there?
I'm about to.
Okay. And our Drinking News teaser headline is. Well, that is the lamest drum roll I've ever heard.
There's no
Yeah, I know.
rebound on here. Let's see. There's no rebound here.
It's just not good. Our Drinking News teaser headline is: how much gas could a gassy man pass if a gassy man could pass gas?
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah, so
That's just fun.
we'll look forward to that. We'll tell you about some cigars to watch for,
Paradiddle sound better?
and at least I know what that is. For our primary topic
Sound
today,
like a trapped cat.
want to talk about whether or not
Cat got in the dryer again.
only someone who has a cat understands how true that is. My favorite Far Side cartoon ever is the one where the cat is sitting up on top of the dryer and the door is wide open and the dog is approaching the dryer and the cat has put a sign on the dryer that says dog food, F-U-D. And the caption is the cat going, "Oh, please. Oh, please." Best Far Side cartoon ever. Although, I don't know, The Floating Head of Death was a good one. If you
What about
haven't...
Beware of Doug?
Yeah, beware of Doug. The Floating Head of Death, I guess now I should explain. It's a 2-story house with open windows, and in the upstairs, the mom is tucking the little kid into bed, and downstairs, the dad is waiting at the window with a helium balloon with a really ugly, demonic-looking face on it, and the mom says, "Now, Timmy, you go right to sleep, or else I'll have to tap on the floor 3 times and summon the floating head of death." I mean, I miss the Far
That's
Side.
amazing.
That was
That's
such a great
amazing.
cartoon. It was such a great comic strip. But hey, do you realize we mentioned Nicolas Cage, skipped right past it, and went to the Far Side? So yeah, there we go. We're going to talk a little bit about the whiskey industry today. Is it in trouble? There are signs that it could be, and so we'll talk about that and see what you think. There are some distilleries closing down, just like there have been with craft breweries. There are some things that ceased production for a while because they had basically all that they could sell on hand. This is a very interesting conundrum we find ourselves in, and with the continued rollout of people deciding to drink less or not at all, It's a thing that has to be discussed. So we'll get into that, and we'll talk about some cigars and stuff, of course. And I think we might as well go ahead and get to the drunken fact if we can, because
right.
I think we have time to do this. Terry,
Yes,
I noticed.
we do. Yes, yeah.
I noticed we didn't get the clock rolling,
minutes,
but
yeah.
you keep us up to speed on that, please, because we don't want to let the segments go too long. So, all right, time for the drunken fact. Here we go.
And now it's time for another smoking and toasting drunken fact.
I think you dropped the cap a little early there.
That
We
was
didn't
perfect.
get the full.
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
All right.
I
Fair
thought
enough.
it was like supposed to be part of the song there.
I was making it a punctuation at the end of it.
I appreciate it.
So the timing was, and I quote, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. See, I would have done dun 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 dun, dun and then, dropped for like an
Stylistic
infinite.
differences.
We're going to argue over this for the rest of the show. I have a feeling.
2 hours of this little.
the end dropping
It's
a
a
bottle cap.
tomato thing. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do it one way, I do it the right way. It's not a problem.
Our drunken fact for today. Drop this at your next party when everybody's had a little bit and you want to come across like somebody who knows something. A little something, something. Our drunken fact for today. Most toilet paper sold for home use in France is pink.
Pink?
Yep, pink, or sometimes other colors like blue or lavender remain a preference, often perceived as more elegant. Because when I buy toilet paper, I'm thinking elegance.
Elegance.
True.
Wow.
But that's your true fact, and there you go.
Yellow and blue make green.
What?
It went out in the middle of it.
We lost the fanfare. Let's
I
do that
said
again.
yellow and blue make green.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what that means, but I'm not going
Well,
to
if you have
question
blue
it.
toilet paper,
Yeah, and you pee on it?
yes.
Okay. I don't generally pee on toilet paper, but
Wow.
I get
So
were you
now
were
it's
going.
an art project.
I get where you were going with that. Hey, Timmy, what did you bring to show the class today?
See this bucket of
Look at
toilet
all the
paper?
colors.
Yeah,
I wonder if the ink runs a little bit.
yeah.
You end up with a little blush on your tushy if you have the pink one?
Yeah, it runs from your butt is what it does. It's like, keep me away from there.
I thought they had bidets over there. I thought that was the whole South Park episode of them having bidets in every other place in the world except for here, and France was
why,
one of them.
why don't we have bidets here?
Because you haven't seen the South. They explain it.
I haven't seen
It's
that episode.
because of the toilet paper company,
Ah.
and they have. That's what they do to sell
have the
toilet paper,
monopoly.
and they will kill you
If
if
you-
you try and make bidets a thing in America. Because
okay.
that's what they did. They went after Randy.
The evil toilet paper
I have
cartels.
a bidet on my toilet at the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
do you-
was it an add-on?
Yes.
I love that.
It's
Absolutely love that.
fancy too. When you sit on it, the seat heats up immediately.
Oh, nice.
There's no cold,
see,
no
that was
cold toilet seats.
that was where it started. Randy got one of those fancy. It was like a Japanese toilet that it heated up. It played music for you, and then like he wanted everybody to use his toilet. And when they did, everybody wanted one.
I think South Park missed an opportunity there because it shouldn't have been Randy that got the bidet. It should have been Butters. For obvious reasons.
General disarray.
Do we have time for the beverage of mystery, Terry?
No, we should probably head
Okay,
on
we'll
into that.
we'll do beverage of mystery in the next segment. Plus, we'll talk about some cigars that are coming out that you may need to know about. Some cigars to watch for coming up. Smoking and toasting. Welcome back. It is Smoking and Toasting. Your drum sounded great there. That was pretty good. Welcome back. It is Smoking and Toasting. Our show's all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. It's time to taste this interesting looking.
If my drum roll was off, it's because these, how do you say this? Ticonderoga
Yeah.
number 2 soft cedar pencils aren't quite the fire-cured hickory 2Bs that I'm used to.
Okay, I got you.
But you do look like you're prepared to take an SAT.
Yeah.
You have your number 2 pencils sharpened and ready to go.
Notice he didn't say you look like you're prepared to ace the SAT. He just said take the test. Let's do the beverage of mystery. Go ahead, Terry.
The beverage of mystery.
By the way, that mysterious music is from Shane Ivers at Chosic.com. It's called The Visitor. Thank you, Shane, for letting us use your very eerie beverage of mystery music.
I just want to say on the nose, this has bits of suntan lotion,
Oh,
soap,
boy, I can't.
So I'm picking up a little
place it.
fruitiness
the
there.
Yeah, I'm
little
picking up
flowery
fruit.
thing going
The
on.
beverage of mystery is where one of us, today that would be me, brings in a beverage of some sort. It could be an alcoholic beverage. It could be a seltzer. It could be just about anything. And we'll taste it kind of sight unseen, talk about it, and then do the big reveal. So you've already taken a sip there, Ian. Your
I
thoughts?
feel like I've smelled this before, like Glade plug-in.
So it doesn't smell good, but it actually is not bad. It's completely unsweet.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so it's more like a
doesn't
LaCroix or a.
Yeah, it doesn't try for that sweetness.
So it
on
actually
the
tastes
finish.
fine. It's just leaves a little floral in my nose.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be a stronger, sweeter flavor
Same
due
here.
to the smell.
It's got a little carbonation.
Due to its absolute zero sugar content and no carcinosweet, it's drinkable.
Yeah, you like it, Terry?
Yeah, it is. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, all right. So let's do the reveal.
It's just like it's like a seltzer
It's a
water.
little perfumey, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I think it would be better over ice.
I can't tell
Probably
that it's alcoholic.
Super
though.
ice cold.
I can't tell that it's alcohol. or
I feel like
THC.
there's a little bit of vodka in there. Like
Okay.
it has a little vodka kind of at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you there's not vodka.
Okay.
Okay. You have any questions for me?
Oh, is it going to be? Oh, is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me?
It is a beverage of mystery in my pocket, and I am happy to see you. And we are trying the Just Peachy flavor of THC infused
Yeah,
Buddy seltzer.
There you go.
Now
Yeah,
we've
buddy.
had a Buddy on the show before. It was the strawberry, and we all really liked it.
So this explains that kind of light floral aftertaste. That
Yeah.
I'm getting.
Now, how big is that, and how many milligrams?
It's
Remember, you had
10
to-
milligrams of THC for the one
The
can.
one can,
So,
okay.
and one of the things I've noticed about the THC seltzers is that a lot of them are the same size as these, but they're 5 milligrams.
Yes,
So if
yes.
you're looking for the buzz, you're going to have to drink 2 of those to get the buzz
same
that
as
this
this,
would
yeah.
give you.
More bang for
But
your
this isn't
buzz.
one of those crazy, hey, it's 50,
Yeah.
milligrams
Yeah.
per one can. So, and there are some of those out there.
we
So-
had one
are
on
there.
here at one point that was like 10 milligrams, but it was like serving size was like half a can or
3
a third
drops.
of a can.
Yeah,
or
it was
something.
good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take 2 sips of
You don't have
this.
to. You don't actually drink this. You just take a dropper and put it in your eye.
Yeah,
Just
right.
bite 1 foot off the gummy bear. That's all you need.
Ian, did you have an opportunity to smoke anything interesting this week?
I did.
I like this Buddy, by the way. Just to,
It is good.
just- I think
Yeah,
it's
so
good.
I got to tell you, like, this is one of the better tasting ones that we've had of this.
Yeah.
And it's because it doesn't have any artificial sweetness or any sweetness.
That's what
really.
I think they stumbled onto. That's really
Black
good.
Label
is their-
Trading Company, Santa Muerte.
Ah, nice.
Hmm. That's where I went to this morning. I went out on my patio. It was chilly, but I
Yeah.
bundled up and went out on my patio. It's a 6x42 Petite Lancero is the one that I had.
Nice.
With an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Ecuadorian Habano binder, and filler from 6 different fillers from Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and
6
San
different.
Andreas,
Wow.
Mexican.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's a lot.
yes. The appearance on this: milk chocolate brown wrapper with some veins, single band, medium firmness with some soft spots. Pardon me. The pre-light sniff on this: sweet coffee, chocolate, barnyard. Not a lot of complexity on the nose, really. Of course, it was cold outside, and it's a little harder to smell a lot of those complex notes when you're sitting out in the cold. I used a clip, had an effortless draw, sweet, creamy coffee and mocha with a light fruit note in the back of the palate. The initial light, spicy cinnamon and campfire and a medium body smoke. Retro Hill is gently spicy with campfire. The first third of this creamy coffee and tangy wood notes lead the charge, followed by campfire and a hint of dried fruit. Woody notes are somewhere between walnut and cedar. Cinnamon and white pepper lingers on the palate. Retro Hill is cinnamon, sweet, creamy coffee, and campfire. Flaky ash, good burn. Proposed pairing, coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee would be an easy one with this, right? Pilsner beer, something on the lighter side. It's a medium cigar, but it's not a real heavy flavor. Or a Highland Scotch, something with a little bit of fruit to it, or even just a light smoke to it, but not too
Nice,
much,
yeah.
right? Otherwise, you'll bury the cigar.
Very light peated.
Second third of this, the cinnamon and coffee continue along with cedar, campfire, and dried fruit. The Retro Hail is cinnamon, white pepper, sweet coffee, flaky ash, good burn. As soon as I said good burn, my cigar went out.
Oh.
I used a relight, or I relit it, with a serious penalty. A harsh brush fire note settled in, too distracting to continue, so I'll put it out.
Oh, so
This
what did that do to you then?
This cigar, well, I got 2/3 of this cigar, and I enjoyed the 2/3 of the cigar, but this cigar comes in at $12.
Ooh.
So I gave it a 3 due to that. I would, however, probably pick up another one. I like almost everything Black Label Trading Company.
Right, and it might be worth trying another
And I was
one. Just to make
enjoying
sure
the
you don't
cigar
have that.
before that happened, so
Got it,
I
yeah.
would give it a second chance.
All right. Tell you about my cigar this week, and we'll get to some beer tasting next. It's Smoking and Toasted. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasted. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And I'd just like to point something out, because I don't know if anyone else will give us credit for this unless I mention it. And I'm all about getting credit. I mean, if it works for the president, it works for me. So the thing I feel like we deserve some credit for is that in the very opening segment of the show today, we had an obvious chance to go off on a Nicolas Cage tangent because of the name of that thing that I mentioned, the beer.
Yes.
And we didn't. And I'd just like to say I think we've grown as human beings.
Show restraint.
Showing your strength. Yes, it's responsibilities even.
The burden of
Next thing you know, we'll pay taxes.
yeah. Well, let's not get way carried away there. No, I mean the name of the beer was The Burden of Unexceptional Discomfort, and that was such an obvious we could have gone all Nicolas Cage all the time for the rest of the show, in talking about his movie, which was called
the unbearable weight. No, the unbearable weight of massive
talent.
Yes,
yeah. It's such a good movie too.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, holy cow!
As much as we rag on Nicolas Cage, that movie is a beautiful thing.
Wonderful.
It's a beautiful thing. Speaking of beautiful things, I smoked a nice one this week. It was a gift from Ian. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you.
Sir.
It was a Robusto-sized punch cigar called Diablo, or as they refer to their Robusto-sized, the Diabolus.
Diabolus.
Which I think has something to do with the devil. But anyway, because that Diablo is Spanish word for devil. And it's a very dark
But
cigar.
also they use it, they use the word Diablo a lot of times. Like you get a shrimp Diablo, it's with jalapenos, it's very spicy.
Right, it just means it's spicy.
A lot of times they use the Diablo as spicy.
So with that name and a blend that Punch put together in collaboration with AJ Fernandez, that guy sounds interesting. I'm going to have to check him out. Anyway, AJ uses a 4-year aged Ecuadorian Sumatra Oscuro wrapper that is dark brown, almost black.
It is dark and delicious.
Yes. And another 4-year aged blend of Nicaraguan and Honduran Habano Ligero leaves for filler. And if that doesn't sound awesome enough by itself, the binder is made from a 6-year-old Connecticut broadleaf. So if you pay attention to, different types of cigar tobacco, from what I just described, this is going to be a powerful cigar.
Yes,
It's
powerhouse.
going to be a little monster, a Diablo, if you will. So there's 4 countries involved in this tobacco blend. Everything screams full-bodied, which sounds awesome to me. Pre-light sniff revealed notes of wet hay and a deep earthiness. There was also a hint of bitter, dark chocolate on the cold draw. To be honest, the Diablo surprised me from the beginning. Given its appearance and its pedigree, I was expecting a sizable Nicaraguan pepper blast when I took those first few puffs. And what I got instead was kind of loamy, rich earth and leather. After about the 10th puff, here came the pepper.
Yeah.
But it didn't assault me initially with the blast. So even so,
it's a Nicaraguan pepper grenade. You got to count to 3.
Yeah, you pull the plug and you wait. Yeah.
Was it powerful all at once when it hit you, or was it did it creep up on you?
Well, it was a pretty fast acceleration, is the way I would describe it. I could tell from the first puffs it was going to be a stronger cigar, and then it kind of started to live up to its name pretty quickly, or to its strength pretty quickly. I wasn't, though, expecting the nuance that this cigar provided for me. I was expecting a powerhouse, lots of pepper, nice spicy finish. What I got was actually a lot of that. But even in the first third, the earth and the pepper teamed up with almonds, dark fudge, and espresso beans in in the flavor category. Some of AJ's cigars that I've talked about here on the show before have a chocolate note that's more like what you would get from German chocolate cake. The Diablo did not. It was different. The chocolate here had a sort of a fudgy sweetness to it that played like best friends with the pepper, offering a wonderful swirling balance as I smoked into the second third. The pepper ramped up a bit at about the halfway point and became the dominant note in the mix, kind of what I was expecting from the beginning, but it took a little while to get there. So that worked just fine for me. I like pepper, but if you like things a little less spicy, this might not be your ideal smoke. Nuts, caramel, and earth all showed up in the final third to make the peppery goodness go all the way home, basically. There was also a hint of leather and a chocolatey cherry note on the finish, like a chocolate-covered cherry sort of a vibe. Construction, almost perfect. Nice draw, easy smoking. Burn line stayed pretty straight all the way through. I did not have to touch it up at all, which was like glorious and wonderful. Suggested pairing, a boozy Imperial Stout, or even better, a 512 Pecan Porter. Yum. Just a wonderful blend with
You
with
can
this.
do a big beer with that
Yep,
cigar.
you sure can. Bottom line, a great cigar if you've had dinner and you want a full-bodied smoke. Stay away if you're newer to cigars or you prefer something that doesn't push much past medium in strength.
Maybe not the first one in the morning.
Yeah. The Punch Diablo Diablos, which is their Robusto size, is a $9 to $10 cigar. Now, I don't know if you got this for less, Ian, or if you were just feeling generous because you know I love AJ blends. But even at the $10 price, this baby delivers. I will say one more time, this is a powerhouse, more full-bodied than my sweet spot of medium to full, but a damn fine choice if you like them on the stronger side. Price to quality at $10, solid 5. And if you pick this up for less, which I suspect
I'm pretty sure I got about
probably
$4
did,
or $4.50 in it.
then wow, that's a 7.
Yeah, every once in a
That's
while
a
you
7.
can find. Every once in a while you can find them like that. I will tell you, like I think that particular cigar is an interesting one because while it is a powerhouse and it is spicy, it's not the kind of spicy that just lights your tongue on fire.
Right, and that's kind of what I was getting at when I said it didn't hit me with the Nicaraguan pepper blend. I expected to just be assaulted with pepper and strength from the very beginning, and instead it kind of like it wasn't mild by any means, but it kind of started in the medium to full and ramped up pretty quickly to full
Now, if you
body.
want that immediate punch, the Gloria Cubanos
Yes.
will give you that immediate feedback right there. But that,
The La Flor Dominicana, some of their stronger smokes
Yes,
will do
yes.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
so there's
Even like an AJ New World will give you a nice little punch right out of the
I
gate.
haven't thought about La Flor Dominicana in a while. I love their cigars.
You know, we should both get a chisel and review them on the same show. Just because
Yeah.
that's such a unique cigar.
that is
you know?
that is.
And it's strong. So what we'll do is we'll both get a chisel. We'll go out to dinner and eat a really big dinner, and then we'll smoke the cigars. And,
Porterhouse and Chisel.
yeah, that's right. That's right. And like I said, speaking of porter, the porter from 512 would marry with this baby just perfectly.
yeah.
Just perfectly. So we poured our first beer, or Ian, I should say, has poured our first beer, and Ian has also begun drinking our first beer, which doesn't surprise me because
I have been doing
we've
research, my
We've been
friend.
doing this show for a while, and I'm used to certain trends. But
Using a recipe dating from the late 1800s, this Pilsner is light and softly hopped with Saaz for easy drinking. Saaz, S-A-A-Z, is a type of hops.
Saaz, it's a type of hops. So Stesti is a kind of a unique brewery. I don't think they make an IPA. They're very much into pilsners and malt forward beers. This isn't necessarily malt forward, but I think it's very
This
interesting.
brew
And
is
I like it.
dedicated to those early Czech immigrants to Texas, mostly farmers. They settled in small communities throughout the great state. Cheers to those souls lucky enough to work on a tractor.
Mm-hmm.
This is called Tractor Juice.
Yeah, which is interesting because the tractor looks very, modern and up to date, like the kind that have the, quadraphonic stereo systems in the cab and stuff. But
A full computer system that tells you how you're plowing.
But Stesti is
Yes.
really into kind of traditional old world brewing styles.
Yes.
And that's really kind of what this is. And I have to say, I think it's
That's a place we should probably visit at some point.
incredibly drinkable.
This is really they use
I
the
like it.
term.
It's
They use
delicious.
the term soft, and it really is. When you use the term soft on it, it really does come across the palate a little bit softer than a lot of beers, without a lot of the crisp.
But yet
it's
it's still got
nice.
full flavor to
Yes.
it. It's very creamy.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a little note of pineapple in there. I
And
don't know
it
if that's
doesn't
just
have
me.
that modern super crisp snap on the end either. It's slightly
Correct.
hot.
It kind of stays in the creamy space.
Yes, and
until the
then
end.
just kind of stops at the end of it, and you're done.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there licking your lips, going, kind of want another sip.
Yeah, I mean, the Doritos effect
It's
is
really good.
definitely
Yes.
present here. Definitely. You like this, Terry?
Yes, I do. It has a wonderful flavor. It is really.
I bet.
And it is soft. I think that's a good way to describe it. It is soft, but really flavorful.
I
and
bet
like
this with the pretzel and a good German mustard.
Yeah. Ooh, that would really. And I just want
yeah.
to say this is also very crushable. Does it say what the ABV is? But it
You're
tastes
going to be
crushable.
surprised.
Yeah?
It's 3.7. It's a little low.
Wow. Well, no wonder it's crushable.
And
Like you could-
yeah, it's really good. And it has that, it even has those kind of bready notes to it.
And I just want to say, for the record, that Ian, I appreciate. I know this kind of goes against the grain for you, against your beer religion, as it were, to drink something that's less than 4%.
I just drink twice as much.
Oh, okay, well, and that works. That works.
See, I'm
I
a
like it.
solution man. I'm not looking at the problem.
I
I'm looking at the
appreciate-
solution.
I love
That's
that.
how
about
you get ahead.
I love that about you.
No complaints, just 2 beers.
Yeah.
That means I
So,
get more than one.
If you think about it, it's a brilliant marketing ploy because you buy. Should I get a 6-pack of this Tractor Juice? Pick up 2 6-packs of the Tractor Juice. Yeah, we're going to be there for a while. I think this would also work really well with a cigar, just because there's no flavor in there that kind of gets in the way of enjoying and experiencing.
Even
the
a
tobacco.
pretty big cigar, I think this would fit around the flavor pretty well.
I think the creaminess of it would go good with a cigar. Yeah.
I like. Well, highly recommended. Now I don't know if you can find this beer outside of Texas, but if you are, from outside of the Lone Star State and you come in to, do whatever, you come in to visit or do holiday, this is one you should definitely try and pick up. And,
Coming in for the rodeo.
And if you happen to see this, where you live, I recommend highly you grab some of this. This is a
Yes.
unique and kind of a wonderful in a world where I'm feeling like there's a lot of really good Pilsners out now, because a lot of breweries have been really concentrating on this for the past couple of years, but a lot of them taste very similar to each other, and this one I feel like stands out as being a bit different.
Yeah, this is a bit different.
Yeah, which I like. Different in a good way. So that's rocking.
Yeah, agreed. This is really good.
Yeah.
I love all their little things on here too. They got a little Texas on here with a little heart right about where they're located. It says Texas Old World Brewing, traditional Old World Brewing, Texas style. They're very proud of the heritage. Texas has a lot of German and Czech influence.
Yes, it certainly does.
See?
And especially
Oh, wait,
around
wrong
the San Marcos, New Braunfels area,
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
German settlers made that their home.
Yes.
Do
back
you
in
mean
the
out
day.
by Fredericksburg? And
Yeah, yeah.
Green spelled Grune.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking
And
about.
Schulenburg.
Yeah, Schulenburg.
Schulenburg.
And
There's-
Weimar.
If there's ever a city that
Weimar.
didn't sound like it should be, followed by comma Texas, it's Schulenburg.
Schulenburg.
You know?
It's a very, and it's funny too because the food is so, like the kolaches and the
we think that whole area
Kolbanowskis
for
and all those
kolaches.
things. Yes, and I didn't even realize even if you go up to Dallas, kolaches are not a thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the way, look up kolaches if you're
I
if you're
feel
not
like-
from
spell
around
that,
here. Look up
spell
kolaches.
that so
It's
people who
crazy.
are
Kolachie.
yeah, kolache.
I feel like it's so crazy how you can quickly get out of kolache range at once getting out of Texas.
Well, listen, I've lived all over the country because I was a radio brat for the first chunk of my career, so I moved all over the place. And I can tell you that every place has a food that is kind of unique to that area that's
place.
really popular there. But you can't find it,
Anywhere else.
outside of there, or it's much more difficult.
I'm
to find.
amazed as soon as you get out of kolache range too.
Yeah.
you very quickly run out of breakfast taco range.
Now that is
Oh,
sad.
wow.
That is a sad thing, and I
That's
will say
crazy,
this.
right?
I
That
will say
is
this.
insane.
I was born in Texas, and I live here now, so I'm obviously biased. But when I lived in California, there was a lot I loved about
I know
California,
where you're going with
but I
that.
did not love the Mexican
I know
food.
where you're
And
going,
there's a
yep.
huge Hispanic population in
Yep.
California.
It's just
you would
different.
think that they would know
It's a
and
very different
understand
Mexican food.
It's
great
very
Mexican
different.
food.
Well, we have
It's more of a
Tex-Mex, though.
traditional
It's not
versus
bad, but
Tex-Mex.
boy, it's not Tex-Mex.
Yeah,
I'm
You know,
sorry.
and it's funny too because you get different styles of Mexican food. You get Sonora and you get northern style, the coastal style, those kind of things, right? There's only one Tex-Mex. There's only one named after a state.
And if you get used to it, you really
so
miss
good.
it. When Adam in the Sky, our producer, and his lovely wife Brianna moved to D.C., that was the first thing I heard from them was complaining about how bad the Mexican food was. And when they come back to Houston to visit, they get off the plane and they take the Uber or the rental car directly to like a Taco Cabana and get a fajita taco. And I don't blame them at all.
I will say that Dallas, if you're going to go Taco Cabana way, I'm a little jealous because they also have Taco Bueno and Del Taco in Dallas.
See,
we have
either of
we
those.
have Taco Deli. Have you had Taco Deli?
Taco Deli's good.
Taco Deli's real good.
But that's a one-off. That's not like a chain you can find just
Well, it's
anywhere.
a small chain.
yeah,
you can
yeah.
find them
is it?
here
Is it?
and in Austin and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I just want to say, if you want
That's
to,
the name of some of the stuff in Walmart. I wonder if they're selling them on as
Taco
frozen
Deli.
things too.
if you want to do this yourself, just scramble some eggs for breakfast tacos. Add some meat, some sausage, or some bacon, or whatever you
Chorizo.
like. Chorizo, some cheese, and just put it on a tortilla, heat it up. That's
Wrap it in
Tex-Mex,
a
and
tortilla.
it's
It's delicious.
wonderful.
Boom.
It's wonderful. Why they can't do that in every state of the
little
union?
bit of hot sauce.
surprises
You know
the
what?
crap
Here's the
out of me.
crazy thing is, you know what hot sauce I love using?
What?
You're gonna laugh at me.
Okay.
It's delicious hot sauce. I use it on so many things.
What is it?
Taco Bell hot.
I knew you were going
Taco
to say
Bell hot is
Bell.
good.
I buy it at the grocery store. You can buy a little bottle of it.
Yeah, it's good.
So especially on eggs. Ooh.
I like fire sauce from Taco Bell myself.
The hot sauce, I go for the flavor on the hot sauce.
I
If
like
it was a little
the flavor
hotter,
of
I'd
the
be
hot
fine
too.
with it.
Yeah.
So there's a Papacitos really close to me, walking distance. My wife and I like to go there occasionally. And whenever we do, I always say, I want to get some chips and salsa to go. And I'll get a huge tub of their salsa, which only is good for a couple of days because
Yes.
there's no preservatives in it.
Yes.
But boy, is it good. Fire roasted. It's wonderful. So I'll stay with it.
Chewy's salsa.
All right. Oh yeah. You're talking.
Their food,
and their green,
questionable.
but their green sauce.
But the
dude,
green sauce and the
I love
salsa.
Chewy's. I love all of
I,
Chewy's.
I do too. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. More to taste coming up.
It's better out of the Cadillac trunk too when they have it like that.
Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. You like how I gave you that pause there?
Yes, that was perfect.
To fill it in. That's awesome stuff. Welcome back to the show. We're going to be tasting some Citra Velvet IPA from the Untitled Art Brewing Company, which is a great brewery. We've had a lot of their beers on before, although it has been a while. But these guys make some absolutely fantastic beers. And the artwork on their cans is always awesome.
Brilliant. Yes,
Yeah.
that's always a focus
Just
point.
Absolutely beautiful.
I want to point out that it says India Pale Ale with Citra hops and artificial flavor.
Oh, I wonder what the artificial flavor is. That worries me a little, to be honest, when they're putting artificial flavors in beer.
In beer,
Yeah.
It's
I
not
like
just a
that they just
beverage
put
of
it out there.
mystery.
They're like, well, it's artificial flavor.
But I would say
I feel like they're staring me in the eye when they say that. You know,
Maybe-
it's artificial flavor.
maybe the artificial flavor that they use, maybe they should try that at Michelob Ultra. Because some artificial flavor could really improve that
Any
beer.
kind of
It's
flavor?
better than
Yeah.
no flavor, right?
That's right. I'll take it. It's just like when we tried all the light beers and you liked the one with the lemon pledge flavor. And I was like,
Because it had flavor.
yeah, you like it had flavor. And I go, yeah, but the flavor's lemon pledge. But still, I understand where you're coming from with that. So this one, I don't
Oh, the nose on this is awesome.
think we're going to have lemon pledge here.
No, it's
This
got
is not-
everything from citrus to pencil shavings, so you've got everything in between.
I kind of like the pencil shavings.
Yeah,
though.
It's funny you said that, but because there is a little bit of pencil shape, but
Yeah.
there's also I don't know if maybe my brain's picking up because it's called
Ooh.
Citra Velvet, but like almost a red velvet
Have
cake
you
kind of.
tasted this?
Not yet.
Give it a sip. Wow. This is one of the creamiest
Oh, wow.
IPAs I've ever tasted.
I don't know what those artificial flavors are, but give me lots of that.
Yeah, that's pretty. I have no idea what they use with the artificial flavors, but this beer is freaking delicious.
Oh,
this
come
is
on.
this is an exceptional hazy IPA. Velvet is right. Citrus Velvet they call it. Citra Velvet. Citra
It's
is the name of the
almost-
hops, but
It's almost like a really orange / grapefruit IPA. But then there's this sweet, creamy thing that happens right at the beginning. It's like one of those creamy raspberry kind of lozenges.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The ones that they're not like red like a raspberry.
You're
They're
talking
kind
about
of
Ludens.
purplish kind of
Yeah.
pink.
Do they have a liquid velvet center? Is that what is that the ones? Oh, I don't
No,
think so.
but I do.
Okay, well, that's good to know. And you can fill that liquid velvet center with some of this
That's right.
Citra Velvet IPA. Honestly, this is one of the more impressive IPAs we've
This
had
is
in a
fantastic.
long time.
Yeah.
This is really good. So let me just show the camera the can if you're watching this on YouTube. Citra Velvet IPA. It is, according to this, was that Ian? That's very small reading, and I don't have my glasses.
It
so.
is 6.5%.
Okay, so it's in the normal sort of IPA range.
Brewed and packaged by Untitled Art, limited liability company, Waunakee, Wisconsin.
Waunakee, Wisconsin. Yeah, this is great beer. This is great beer.
Agreed, 100%. Artwork by Noel Miller. Noel or Noel?
Noel, probably.
Noelle. Noel.
Oh, that's
Noel
probably
would be
Noel.
Noel,
Yeah, that's
so
probably Noel.
Can I say
Miller.
it's a great follow-up to the other beer, too? Because
Well,
it's
both
not,
of them have been very creamy.
They're very
haven't they? Yeah.
similarly creamy, and they have a very similar texture to them.
Well, Terry, don't worry about that because we'll knock that creaminess right out when we get to the barrel Armida.
That's going to scour the creaminess
that we're
right
going
out.
to be tasting later on in the show. So, Ian, we talked a little bit about the fact that drinking overall is on the decline in the United States, and I think in the world. And it makes you wonder, for some of the more prolific distilleries and stuff, people who started their whiskeys 6 years ago and they're aging, how is this going to affect them? And interestingly enough, I read an interview recently with Fred Minnick, who's a writer and a bourbon expert, and he was talking about Dry January, but one of the biggest names in bourbon, Jim Beam, paused production at one of their distilleries in Kentucky. They released a statement that said they were always assessing production levels to meet the best consumer demand. The decision follows declines in both spirit exports and alcohol consumption here in the U.S. Fred Minnick was asked about this, and he says, this is not Jim Beam's biggest distillery. The largest distillery for them is called Booker No. It's about 7 miles south of the facility that they paused, which is the Clemont facility. He said that the one that's getting paused for a bit is actually still top 5 in the country, top 10 in the world in terms of size, and it's producing a good deal of Jim Beam and all their mainstream products. But he says this is not the company throwing in the towel. This is just them assessing demand, recognizing that it might have gone down a little and trying to adjust accordingly because, and I don't think Old Number 7 is aged for that long, but I'm sorry, that's Jack Daniels. But I don't think that their base product is necessarily aged for as long, but some of the things that they're producing require being in the cask for a while. Mm-hmm. And so if you think that consumption is down, is it going to still be down 6 years from now when this spirit is mature, or are you going to have too many barrels on hand? And so
That sounds to me like the car companies when they have to pause making a car for a
yeah.
little bit and then bring them back, 6 months later.
I'm still
because-
waiting for AMC to bring back the Gremlin, by the way.
Not the Pacer?
When they paused that. Well,
What about the Mercury Mercur?
Mercur, yeah.
Ooh.
See, to me, the Gremlin was still more, less embarrassing than the Pacer because the Gremlin actually looked like it could fight somebody.
Was the Gremlin the
But the Pacer looked like a fishbowl with wheels.
Which one was the one that they had in Wayne's World? Was that the Pacer?
I think that was the Pacer.
It was the
Yeah.
Pacer, right?
I think that was
Because
the
it looked
Pacer.
more like a fishbowl.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
The Mirthmobile. One door was a little bigger than the other, so that you could. It's easy to get in the back seat. The the passenger door was a little bigger.
Yeah, can you imagine, as big as Wayne's World was, nothing's that big right now. No comedy thing catches on that same way.
No, yeah, no.
Wayne's World was a thing.
was
Everybody
huge.
was singing the song.
It was
Party
so
on,
huge.
Garth was like a.
It was amazing.
If the internet had been around the same way back then, that would have been a meme. You know.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I'm finding that things are becoming memes that we never even thought of. My daughter showed me a whole bunch of Beatles things, and I'm talking like George Harrison and John Lennon things that 16-year-old girls are now making memes of, and I'm like, wow, that's staying power
So-
there, Beatles.
Well, staying power is a big thing, and we don't have time to finish this discussion. But I will just say, do you think that 50 years from now, the people are still going to be like doing memes about like Take McRae songs? I just don't think it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even bashing her.
I'm sorry, who?
I like some of her music, but I'm just saying, like, what? These are not going to endure.
She's going to have to sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President.
But we may still.
Are you suggesting that the recordings that have 12 to 17 people on their the songwriting credit list, that have exactly one drum machine, one synthesizer,
as long as one of those song credits goes to Claude, the AI? We'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back to Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And I'd like to thank Ian for doing the work on this one, because he's about to pour this barrel Armida spirit that we are going to be tasting. And this is one of those rare instances where I did not have the opportunity to fulfill the OSHA requirements of getting the top of the bottle ready to be poured from and clearing the neck. So
and you said you've had that bottle for a minute.
This one didn't have any plastic across the top. It,
right.
I just had the piece of paper laid across it.
My favorite part of the show.
I wanted to get back to one thing as we're about to taste some whiskey here. I wanted to get back to one thing that I thought was really interesting from this interview with Fred Minnick that I read you, the bourbon expert. He was being asked about, the fact that that Jim Beam is dialing down their production. And he does say, though, he doesn't think it's a throwing into the towel for the company, but he also says the big thing is that a lot of people are circling 2030 as the year when drinking and consumption of alcoholic beverages bounces back in a big way. He says this generation, the new drinking generation, first of all, he says millennials drink so much. They kind of set like a bad standard for the industry. There was just an assumption that everybody would drink as much as millennials when they turned 21. But he says they love to drink bourbon. They drink all levels of bourbon. The new generation, they're not actually reaching for the $25 bottle like Jim Beam White Label or Jack Daniel's Black. They're wanting the $50, the $75 bottle. So the thought is that this generation just doesn't have enough money yet to fulfill the buying of the things they really want to drink. So it's just an interesting.
That being said, hey, kudos for buying for quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
Although I'm a little questionable about their teenage years if they didn't do that at some point in time.
Well,
yeah, see, I'm feeling like they must be that must be somehow they're still buying in volume, and that's not good enough.
I have
to,
a friend
keep
of mine.
the industry going.
I have a friend of mine who will take a CC's Pizza over just about any other place, just because it's quantity.
It's amazing.
By the way, let me just pause and
Macaroni
say
and cheese
that I
pizza.
just got a text from our attorneys here on the show, and they are asking me to say that Smoking and Toasting does not in any way suggest that you should or promote underage drinking.
Oh no, obviously no.
And also, second text, we should pretend that it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Noted.
Okay, so that's our official stance here
and
at the show.
it depends on
In
what
my
age.
very early years of drinking, once I hit drinking age,
Right, see, I'm old enough that drinking age was 18 when I turned 18.
Okay.
I just felt bad in Texas
Yeah,
for
they
all those
changed-
poor saps that were like 19, had been enjoying a year of drinking, and then they changed the legal drinking age to 21. It's like, oh man, that hurts. That hurts.
See, I immediately took a trip and lived in Europe for like a year when I turned 19. So good to go.
Yeah.
No problem over there.
Yeah.
You can just walk in at like, I don't know how young. They didn't even act like they were going to card you.
I took a bus ride one time and we stopped at I guess it's a little bus stop / gas station in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And I went into
Louisiana,
and I went in to
no
get
age in
myself
Louisiana.
probably like a Mountain Dew or something like that. And I looked at the counter and said, "You must be 18 to buy this liquor in the gas station." I was like, I'm 18.
And from what I recalled in Louisiana was that a lot of people would go there, and also there were some places in Oklahoma, and it was, you must tell us that you're 18 to buy.
Right. Yeah. I'm 18. I moved years ago. Moved from Texas to New Orleans, This has been years ago. But the first thing that I noticed when I crossed the state line on my drive to my new home was that everything there is a front for a liquor store.
Yes.
It may
Yes.
be a Stop and Go. It may be a KB Toys. They will have liquor on sale
Yes,
behind
yes.
the counter.
It really
Maybe
shows.
a real estate agent.
Yeah.
It really shows the difference about how we have liquor jails here in,
Yeah,
in
right.
Texas. Everything has to be in this one special store. And same thing, I went to California and I was just like, oh, Walmart has a Jack Daniels display? What's
Yes.
happening?
Yeah, right. What's going on here? Ian has already started doing some tasting on this barrel Armida bourbon whiskey.
Okay, so in a nod to Jack Daniels, I think there's so much banana in that.
Wow, you're right. It's actually really good.
Wait,
There's
I
a
didn't
little
hear
bit of
banana
bubblegum.
listed in any of the things. I heard pear and several
Right.
fruits actually
It
listed,
says
but
here
not banana
it's
listed.
finished in pear brandy barrels, rum barrels, and Sicilian Amaro casks.
And finishes with banana.
Yeah. Somehow
The
it got-
banana.
it pulled banana out of that.
Yep, I get that.
Armada is a marriage of bourbon whiskeys finished separately in rum, pear brandy, and Silicon Amaro casks. The limited blend highlights orchard fruit and exotic spice notes we
Orchard
love
fruit, okay.
most about bourbon. It's bottled at cask strength so you can appreciate its true flavor. It says lift your spirits.
What is the ABV on that?
This is 112.1 proof. So it's pretty hot. I
Yeah.
put a little water in mine, and I got to be honest, I think I like it without the water.
I kind of like it both ways, but yes, it's a little more full flavored without the water.
It tamps it down a little. I mean, with the
Tamps
water,
down the
it,
heat,
it
yeah, for
takes
sure.
that heat. Like without the water, I mean, it's very hot,
Mm-hmm.
but not bad. Just very.
I mean, that's a lot of cinnamon going on with the water.
What
Yes.
I would think about a bottle of this is that this is not something I would drink quickly. This would be like, mini pours of very short sips. It would take me a while to go through this bottle. Whereas there are some other whiskeys that it's like, pour me some more of that, and you would drink it a lot faster. Which isn't to say that I don't like this. It's good. It's kind of like buying something
that-
in concentrate. It will last you a while.
Remember that
Yeah.
Craig & Moore Distillers edition I brought that one time?
That lasted just weeks. Oh wait,
I
no,
remember.
sorry, an hour and a half. I think.
I remember it
Not even till the end of the show. Or
fondly. Fondly, yeah.
Didn't you get to take a sip
That thing
home or
was so
something?
good.
By the end of the
I
show-
took a sip home for my wife.
By the end of the show, it was already a memory because there
Yes.
wasn't any left, So, but no, that was really good. But I like this. And barrel spirits, you said it well earlier in the show, Ian. This is a company that you never quite know. Like everything seems like it's smaller quantity releases, and it's always something different.
Right, you have to look at the actual batch that you're buying. If you want to get the second one again, you can't just go buy a barrel spirits bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at the actual batch. You have to look at the information on the bottle because otherwise you're never going to get the same thing again.
We've had reps from this company on before,
We
though,
have.
and they've always brought really good, really interesting whiskeys. So, what's your overall take on this? Are you for it? Is this something you would add to your bar?
It's delicious. Like I said, I wish I didn't put the water in it because now it's just turned into kind of a ball of cinnamon.
I like cinnamon.
Well, I do too, but it's
See,
a
I
lot.
don't mind it with the water. I feel like it actually has that. Maybe it is the cinnamon that I enjoy. I also can enjoy a handful of hot. Red hot?
Let me see that water. I'm going to go overly water.
Before you
curious.
do, go back to this IPA, this Citra IPA.
Oh, before I water it?
Yeah, usually we don't pair a lot of IPAs with whiskeys unless
Oh, wow.
the
That's
whiskey is a
weird.
rye. But yeah,
Oh, it brings out almost a birthday cake note in the
yes, totally.
in the
It makes the beer almost sweet by comparison.
I'm going to go with an obnoxious amount of water.
Dude, you really watered that. I just want to show you guys. Here is the actual color of the juice in the bottle, and here is the color of Ian's watered down version.
It's
So
probably 40 proof now.
yeah, which will be an interesting experiment. I'm not going to make that commitment just yet.
See, that's the thing I like about Ian is he will just go all. He's like, all right, well, let's just pour more of that in there.
Ian's like, I didn't buy
This
this
is
bottle.
delicious barley water.
Delicious barley water.
It's delicious barley water. It lost the bourbon edge.
Yeah.
Or the
But do you enjoy it still?
the heavy bourbon edge that it had, but it's delicious barley water. It's too much water. I did that intentionally.
Yeah,
I just
sure.
want to see what happens.
But it's still okay.
This is like that last couple sips when your ice is completely
Yes.
melted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will
And you
say,
just
though,
have the little hint of it left. This is
Yes.
actually kind of like that. It's not
Yeah.
not unpleasant.
Yeah.
I will say, though, to echo a little bit of what you said, Ian, I feel like this was better at the higher proof before
I can
we
drink it faster.
before we diluted it. Yeah, you sure can. But there's more to drink because of the water.
Yeah, after all of this, I would love this. I think this needs a couple chips of ice in a glass. Mm-hmm. And then let that dilute slowly, and I bet your palate would just adjust to that. And
Would you do better with chips of ice or just one giant block?
I like the whole ride. So the giant block gives you less dilution. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And just chills your drink with less dilution, which a lot of people like. I actually like a couple chips, medium and smaller size chips of ice, because what I want to do is I want to taste the whiskey cold. I want to see what pops out. Then as it warms up and dilutes, I want to taste it through that whole dilution process as it warms up, and then by the end of most of my whiskey drinks, I don't have any ice left. It's all diluted.
Yeah.
And then I love that whole ride of all the different flavors you get as the whiskey warms back up.
Yeah.
But it's a chip or two depending on your drink, because you don't want it so diluted that it's like what I'm drinking here. This is barley water.
Yeah, sure,
Right.
sure. But by the time it gets to the last sip, that's where you're going.
Which is
for.
okay,
Yeah.
because you're getting that last little
Yeah.
bit of taste in
Yeah,
there, right?
Exactly.
I would just say, though, I think the way to drink this particular bottle is undiluted. I feel
Yeah,
like that's the best
I will agree,
experience.
and
Yes.
it's big, buddy. It's
Oh, it is. There's no question. The sips are small.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
pours
yeah,
should
yeah.
not be, too generous. But
But this with that cigar you were talking about earlier,
like that Punch Diablo, yeah,
this would stand up.
For
No
sure.
problems, it would stand up.
for sure. Yeah, that
I
would be.
don't mind it with just a touch of water, just because it really, to me, it takes that just immediate heat off, but it
Yeah.
still gives you a lot of the
So
flavor.
it's interesting to me because it takes the immediate heat off the tongue,
Yes.
but it adds it back in spice, in cinnamon.
Yes,
You know,
I would just say if you're gonna do this and a Punch Diablo, be prepared that when you stand up to excuse yourself to go to the bathroom, you're going to sway a little bit. Like this is, and I'm not talking about being drrunk. I just mean
No, the
from the
nicotine hit plus the-
intensity of all of that. You're going to be like, whoa, where am I? Which could be a wonderful thing.
Yeah. This is what happens when he forgets his ukulele.
Well, what I love about Ian's approach to this is he diluted it enough that he could drink it all really fast and then went for more undiluted. So he's method to your madness.
I
there, sir.
have a madness in my
This is
method. Yes, I do.
professional. This is professional.
Yeah.
Have to test things. This
I
is
just
what happens.
I just want to point out
Science,
that
food science.
my business partner Pat refers to this show as the Drinkin' Show.
Drinking. Where does he get such crazy names?
I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. Wow, call me what you want.
Drinkin' Show.
Yeah, I am for this. It's a stronger bourbon than I
Okay.
would normally drink undiluted.
Oh, yeah.
But I like it.
Oh, here he goes. He's tasted something.
All right,
He's seen
so
The
it.
after
whiskey
go-
gods are speaking to him. The tater gods are speaking to Ian right now, and he's like, it's like when you're watching The Voice and Snoop is one of the judges, and he before he responds to the person who's saying, he's like consulting the gangster Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Ian is doing right now with the bourbon Holy
Is
Ghost.
Tupac there?
Yeah. So what's your take, sir?
So interestingly enough, after I had a very watered down version of it, the next sip I took of the full proof
The full proof, yeah.
added this dimension of chocolate to it that I didn't even know was there.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Like in a huge way.
So I now feel compelled to search for this chocolate.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try
this
this.
hidden chocolate. So
Oh, look, I finished mine.
look at that. We'll have to do. Terry's
Well,
glass
you
apparently.
can't untaste it once you've tasted it.
Yeah.
No?
Terry's glass apparently has
There's
a
a
hole
little
in
bit
it,
of like
so-
red hot, like not the wing sauce, but the little candies.
The little
yeah,
red
That's
candies,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. I can handle that.
There's a little bit of red hot in there.
We will take a
that's
red
it.
hot break and be back in a red hot minute. It's Smoking and Toasting. The music of the Suffers. Gulf,
good.
Gulf Coast Funk, I think is what they call their music. I love it. They're so good. They are.
Gulf Coast is a great designation. We used to have there's a band in Houston area called the Hightailers, and their Gulf Coast rock and roll.
Remember the
It's a very
Hightailers, yeah.
specific sound, right?
It is, and it's a little swampy. It's a little fun, but it's definitely something that you should experience if you are. And these guys, Suffers have. I don't know if they really have a huge national profile, but they've been on Letterman before.
Yeah.
And back when Letterman was on the
We
air.
saw him here in Houston with the orchestra.
Absolutely. No, here
You
in
gotta be
Houston
doing
they're a
something,
big
right?
deal. Here in
Yeah.
Houston they're a big deal. But I remember when they went on Letterman, they came on and they just absolutely killed it. And Letterman, of course, is one of those guys that if he's not impressed by you, he's not going to act like he's impressed by you, right? And when the Suffers finished their song, Letterman literally comes over to the stage and he goes, "That's what I'm talking about." He said, "If you can't do that, get out of the business." That's what he said after the Suffers performed. And I was like, that has got to be, like, if I were in that band, that would be my proudest moment for
absolutely.
life.
Absolutely.
For life, you know?
It's like when Carson calls you over after
Right.
doing
Oh,
the thing.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
it's
With
the
Letterman, he is.
it's the equivalent of
that's
that.
That's the pinnacle right there.
I miss David Letterman. I really do.
Well, he's doing stuff on
Netflix,
Netflix
yeah.
now.
It's,
His little. But I do miss his evening
Yeah,
show, and
my
I
guess
know
is-
I'm going to
I
miss
watch
Colbert.
a lot of the clips with his. He has that one-on-one show that.
Yeah,
That's the one, and
my
that-
guest
and my
needs
next
no
guest.
introduction
Yeah,
or
Yes,
whatever.
my
and
next guest is-
he's my God, he's good.
Yeah, he is.
Like
He
he's
is.
really good.
He was always a great interviewer because he knew how to kind of keep the person engaged, but also to kind of do that side eye to the audience, like, oh yeah, like we're really buying this. My favorite Letterman moment in an interview ever.
What about when he'd do the tie thing?
Oh yeah, that was always good. But my favorite Letterman interview moment ever was very early in his career when he was on NBC, the later show after Carson, and he had boxing impresario Don King on, and Don King was, and he's like,
Don King's a cartoon character.
Right,
to
so he's like,
begin
what
with.
do you got coming up? And he goes, let me tell you about Don King. Don King got a fight coming up with this, got a fight coming up. He's doing his whole thing and
Talking about himself in third person.
Exactly. And so Letterman waits for him to go through this whole thing, which is like 3 minutes long. And then when Don King finally stops, Letterman goes, let me ask you a question. What's the deal with the hair? And I was like, that is so brilliant because that is the first question that needs to be asked. And of course, this is back in the day. Like plenty of people with weirder hair now. But back in that day, Don King looked like he had never combed
if
his
you
hair.
had a suit and tie on, you weren't supposed to. If you weren't a punk rocker,
Right.
you
Let,
didn't have
let me
hair
do
like
my
that.
hair as he takes two forks and sticks them into a light socket.
What's the deal with the hair? So yeah, I love it. So what's the deal with this bourbon? We talked
hot.
about this. It is hot. Now I have gone back because I diluted mine. I've gone back now and poured an undiluted pour, and I got to say, this is how I enjoy it the most. But boy, does it
It's
feel
freaking hot.
like it feels like it's going to mess you up. You know?
So I feel like at the heat this is, and here's the thing, proof is not the only heat. Like sometimes
Right.
things just have a spiciness to it, and this has a little bit
it
of
says
that.
both.
Yeah.
Right. And so if I go back and forth, of course I'm drinking this Belgian
Yeah, the Belgian quad.
the
is it
Belgian style quadruple.
Yeah, the Medusa.
If I go back and forth between the two, the quadruple tames the heat
Yes.
on the tongue, but it also brings out this chocolate
Underbelly?
underbelly
You can say
of
underbelly,
this.
yeah.
Yes, I was going to say
Underbelly.
underlying flavor, but
Listen.
underbelly's fine.
Listen, you may think of belly as a negative term, but pork belly is the best pork there is. And when you're eating sushi, the belly part of the that is the most desirable and delicious cut of the sushi.
Nice.
So belly not
is good.
necessarily a bad
Pork
thing.
belly
Belly
is. I
good.
mean, they trade pork belly.
There was a band in the 90s called Belly. They were pretty good.
There was also Ned's Atomic Dustbin. They were special.
Yeah, well, I like
They had
Ned's
two bass
Atomic.
players.
I like Ned's Atomic Dustbin mostly because they had the coolest name in rock and roll.
I like the fact that
That
I
is-
haven't heard Ned's Atomic Dustbin like that.
What?
Those words in a row in like 25 years.
Oh, yeah. No,
like I
it's been a
literally
while.
have not heard anyone say those words
And there,
in
listen,
a row.
there is no artist out there right now
I have heard of the band.
naming themselves as creatively as Ned's Atomic Dustbin.
That's true.
No.
That's brilliant.
You got
Ned's
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah. But Ned's Atomic Dustbin sounds like it should have been the follow-up to Life, the Universe, and Everything, doesn't it? That's totally what it should have been. Like that would have been like I would buy that book sight unseen and read it.
Yeah. If it had Douglas Adams on it, 100%.
For sure. Hey, there's some cigars you may want to watch for. Fuente is releasing their first cigar with a Mexican wrapper.
Really?
The Don Carlos Sangre de Toro, which stands for Sangre of the Toro. It actually stands for Blood of the Bull. That's what it really stands for. And most of the sizes are available now. It's a new brand that was previewed at the PCA trade show this year. It consists of a dark Mexican San Andres wrapper enveloping an all-Dominican blend, and Fuente has been slowly trickling the sizes onto the market since late last year. But they range from about $16.50 to $18, $19. So it's not a cheap cigar.
So I'm expecting, because of the what you told me, the Mexican wrapper plus the Dominican filler, I'm expecting this to be a little bit spicy. I'm expecting it to have that kind of volcanic soil kind of mineral
but still not
to it as
full-bodied, more like a medium body.
But not too big, and a little bit of white pepper.
I like
kind
it.
Of.
I will be seeking one of these out and hopefully reviewing it on a future edition of the show. Drinking news is coming up. I am warning you now. Run for your life.
We'll get my pencils so I can do a.
We'll be right
drum
back.
roll.
Ooh, right on beat. That was brilliant and beautiful. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We have very simple job descriptions here on the show. Terry produces the show. I am the, I guess, the anchor of the show. And Ian is Ian's the guy that's supposed to bring the ukulele. And what happens is that every now and then Ian shows up without the ukulele. And by the way, his best seller on Amazon, if you haven't read it, is 101 Reasons I Forgot the Ukulele. And it's a wonderful book. You should go check it out. But no, I'm kidding. Ian forgot to bring the ukulele
I did
today.
forget to bring the ukulele.
It happens every now and then.
I want Ian to have been a musician for his whole life and then produce one ukulele song that he puts out on like Spotify and just be the best song ever.
Let me just ask you guys this that are listeners of the show.
I make more money off the ukulele song.
If Ian released a ukulele song on Spotify, would you guys all like stream it like 100 times a piece so that Ian can make a couple of bucks? That would be so awesome. That would be so awesome.
My most listened to song is
right.
If I had $2, I would put them in my wallet. When I walked, they would rub together gently and keep each other company.
When you get your end of the year Spotify list that they do for you, and it's got Ian's ukulele nonsense on it.
Which you're in the top 1% of listeners to Ian's ukulele.
Ian's ukulele nonsense. I like it. Anyway, because Ian
I have to get a pickup for my ukulele so I can then run it through a Mutron and a fuzz pedal.
Oh, dude, I wish you would do that. Fortunately, our producer Terry has captured previous drinking news intros.
Lightning in a
bottle
glass, in a plastic cup.
Lightning in a paint can.
Lightning in a plastic cup.
Yeah. Terry, if you wouldn't mind, give us this pre-recorded intro for drinking news, and let's enjoy it.
News, are you sure it's me? News. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take my gator to the vet.
Drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
So that may not be funny to you guys listening, but it's funny to us because it's our friend Roberto. And there's just something about having him on the show. Ian and I saw him over the weekend. And the first thing I said to him is, dude, you gotta crash the show soon. We definitely miss having Roberto on the show.
I want to bring him on as the grumpy bartender.
Yeah, he's perfect for that.
If you're ever on our Instagram page, our Smoking and Toasting Instagram page, lots of times I will go ahead and repost things and put into our stories
Roberto
things that
has
Roberto
done.
has done because he has lots of fun
he does
stuff.
great
Yes.
stuff on Instagram.
Yes, so
He does.
yes.
I want to make him the grumpy bartender. I want him to make us some like fresh, the best kind of margaritas you've ever had.
Yeah.
And I want to compare that to a blind taste test of all the margarita premix.
Oh, I love that. Let's totally do that because if we picked one of those premixes, it would ruin his year.
It would only take Roberto about 4 or 5 days to make a margarita because you know him. Whenever he does it,
Something's going to be clarified. Something's
He's
going to be.
He's like, wait, the agave isn't ready.
He hasn't fermented the
And
agave.
you just pick
yet.
something off a shelf.
Yeah. I think that's a brilliant idea. Let's do it. Let's do it for sure.
I think we have to do it.
Well, welcome to Drinking News, ladies and gentlemen. This is the segment of the show where we bring you a story from the news that we presume to be true. I mean, it was reported in the news. After all, we saw it on the internet.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Did you just taste the new beer?
Wow.
So should we do that before drinking news, or
Dude,
can you
this
wait?
is unbelievable.
All right. We'll do that as a tease. We'll get into drinking news. We'll come back and we'll talk about this final beer from Burial Brewing Company. Well, listen, before we get started on today's main drinking news story, I wanted to let my partner Ian here on the show know that I've figured out what to get him for Christmas this year. It seems that the brightest scientific minds...
Does it rhyme with a lot of guitars?
I'm not sure. But it seems that the brightest scientific minds here in the United States of America have come up with a wild new invention. It's a special pair of underwear that
I'm
measures...
so on it right now. As long as they're not white. Like, whose idea was it to make underwear white?
Right.
What do you think, people?
That should never have happened.
I get the Fruit of the Loom black underwear.
Toilet paper white. I get it.
100% true. Yeah.
Pink
Right?
is even better. Yeah. But this new
But
underwear...
Come on.
This new special underwear that I'm going to get you, which not to be confused with the special underwear that Mormons wear, because that's a whole different thing.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, look it up.
Oh, boy.
You'll laugh for hours.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. This special pair of underwear that I'm going to get for Ian for Christmas measures how much gas you pass.
Oh.
Yep, that's right. It is special underwear that measures your farts.
Does it have Bluetooth functionality?
Your
Because that...
farts.
You darn Skippy, it does.
Researchers say that these unique drawers use special sensors which can track your body's gas production around the clock.
All right.
Professor Brantley Hall from the University of Maryland said, "We don't actually know what normal flatus production looks like." And hey, who says drinking news isn't educational? I think we all just learned a new word, flatus.
Lattice.
Hey,
Flatus.
just a FYI,
Flatus.
if you get me these, and I don't like the results after the first morning,
Yeah.
we're burying the results.
The bad thing is that Flatus sounds like the thing I would get at Taco Bell today. Y'all knew Flatus from
The all new
Taco
Taco Bell flatus. I love it. Anyways, the professor says that without that baseline, it's hard to know when someone's gas production is truly excessive. And what I said to him is, you've never ridden in Ian's truck. Anyway, his team has revealed that they have already made some discoveries.
I have the authority to lock the windows.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what my son always tries to do.
Yeah,
like hold the window.
It's a thing. It's a male trait. It's something we all have. It's like we like to subject each other to our worst. It happens. I'm just telling you, it happens. Anyway, this team has revealed that they've already made some discoveries thanks to this amazing underwear. They found that healthy adults fart an average of 32 times per day, which is around double what the previous estimate was.
Really?
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. 32 times? Does that ring true for you?
I don't know about that. That seems like
That's
a
a
lot.
32
That's
times
a lot.
during the show would be my thought for Ian. But anyway,
Can I put that on my dog and see about how that works with my
yeah.
dog?
some people.
I do want to point out, though, for being a musician, once the band starts playing, nobody can hear a fart.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And the only one that can smell is the drummer. And we all know,
He's a drummer.
he's the drummer.
Are they
yeah.
even real people?
Yeah. Yes, and you know how I know? Because they can spontaneously combust. You can't do that unless you're a real person. Anyway, some people, and I'm
Now I
certainly
just like picture Stuart Copeland.
Yeah. I'm certainly not insinuating that this is true for Ian, but wink, wink. But some people pass wind more than others, with daily totals ranging from as few as 4 to as many as 59. The only thing that would have made that
That's
better.
called propulsion, my friend.
The only thing that would have made that better if it was as few as 4 to as many as
that's
6,
called-
7.
That's called I was trying to get up the stairs, or
Yeah, right.
I was trying to lift this heavy object.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You ever do that thing where no one's around and you're like, okay, I'm going to go into the bathroom and take care of this.
Or I
and-
just had to
and then
bend
you're
over
just
for a second.
walking around and
Oh, that's
anyway.
called crop dusting.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
crop dusting.
Thank
Come
you.
on, if you haven't done that in the grocery store,
Yeah. By the way, it's
It's either that or you're like, hey, no one's around, and then all of a sudden
I just
someone
wanna
does
say,
get on the
as
elevator.
soon as you let out one of those bombs, though, you know it's going to be a woman coming around the corner.
Totally. That's why never in an elevator. Never ever in an elevator. You will stop on the next
Not
floor.
unless you're on your way out of that.
Yeah,
one.
that's
that
right.
happens at Elizabeth Hurley, as always, who comes
yeah,
around
yeah.
the corner right there.
So listen, now we have underwear that can measure your passing of gas. Next, guys, maybe think about inventing some underwear that could maybe filter it.
Right.
So that certain people, not pointing a finger at any co-hosts here, could be prevented from clearing a room because, hey, it has happened, okay?
Also, just so you know, smoking toasting is not liable for accidents if you decide to trust a fart.
That's right.
Do not trust a fart.
Never trust a fart. But as we move to our main story on today's Drinking News, I think we should all observe a moment of silence for Pebbles. Now, for clarity.
Like Pebbles and Bam Bam Pebbles?
Well, for clarity, I'm not
Fred
talking
Flintstone's
about
child?
Fred and Wilma Flintstone's daughter, Pebbles. I mean, I'm old enough to remember loving the Flintstones, and I was just about the right age to be noticing girls when Hanna-Barbera released the Pebbles and Bam Bam show,
Oh, yeah.
featuring the
that's a
now
thing.
grown-up
That's right.
offspring of the
I can
Flintstones
picture
and the
them in my
Rebels.
head right now.
And this might be TMI, I fully admit that, but grown-up Pebbles was probably the first animated character that I developed a crush on back in the day. I mean, she wasn't the last, I'll admit that. I mean, you know, Jessica Rabbit, Veronica from the Archies.
I mean, Thelma, she had a bookish kind of thing going.
Yeah, well, I was into Daphne from Scooby-Doo and Minerva Mink from the Animaniacs, which
Minerva, man.
I mentioned that
talking
more.
about the
Amok,
Hello,
amok, amok.
Oh, yeah,
nurse?
yes. Yeah, I mentioned that more for Terry than anybody because I knew that would resonate with him.
Amok, amok, amok.
But yes, listen, before you ask, I have sought counseling, okay? And my therapist says I'm progressing very well. So there's that. But the Pebbles in
Your
question.
therapist is
talking
tied to the chair.
Wasn't there an artist named Pebbles, a girl, in
Oh
the
yes,
80s or
yes.
something?
In fact, remind me to tell you a story later off air
nice.
about Pebbles, the artist.
Nice.
So, but anyway, the sad story.
You do know who I'm talking about.
The Pebbles in question, though, for Drinking News, is not my teenage crush. We're talking about Pebbles, or should I say, the late Pebbles, who was in fact a hamster.
Oh.
The sad story of Pebbles,
Not my Pebbles.
the hamster, began with a Florida woman. And since you don't have the ukulele, you have to sing the.
Let me get my drumsticks out.
A Florida woman. That didn't work. A Florida woman, South Florida resident Belen Aldecosea,
It's easy for you to
who was
say.
boarding a flight back to her home in South Florida, along with the aforementioned Pebbles, her emotional support hamster.
Oh,
When she arrived at the gate,
so I'll be
however,
getting mixed. Does he have the cool vest like the dogs have?
Yeah, yeah.
The do not pet.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
do not pet.
he's so small you can't read that it says emotional support hamster on the vest. So
I like
that
the way
was
you're
part
not
of the
supposed to
problem.
be excited and want to pet that dog.
When she arrived at the gate, oh, totally. I totally want to pet the
Yes,
service
I
dogs.
do.
I'm like, oh,
Yes.
they're so cool. Oh, they're helping. Oh, they're. Let me give you a
I
little
wanna
ear
pet you
scratch.
so bad.
Anyway, when she arrived at the gate, Spirit Airlines representatives refused to allow the woman to bring Pebbles onto the plane, even though the Florida woman claims that she called in advance to ensure that Pebbles could take to the sky with her. And with friends hours away and the flight about to depart, Aldecosea was forced to take drastic measures. It gets a little sad here, guys. because she took poor Pebbles to the ladies' room and flushed her down the toilet.
You are kidding me.
Yeah. Now, I hope that...
What happened?
I hope you can all join me in condemning...
What happened?
Condemning
Is
this
PETA not
action.
all over this? Where is PETA? Come on, PETA.
They're going to join me in condemning this horrible action by the Florida woman. I realized she had no idea what to do in order to make her flight, but A, animal cruelty is always wrong.
PETA got mad because Sabrina Carpenter had a dove, a pigeon, in her hand at the Grammys.
Right.
And it was there. Where are you, PETA?
Yeah, come on. Exactly. I mean, look, animal cruelty, A, is always wrong. And B, it was Spirit Airlines. They were never going to take off on time anyway. I mean, you could have at least let poor Pebbles free into the wild outside the airport and come right back in through security. It would have been okay. And you have to think that Pebbles, the hamster, might have had something to say about this as well. If only hamsters could talk.
There was a thought bubble that said WTF at some point.
I have so many questions about your emotions. If that was your emotional support animal, and you flushed your emotional support animal, you have no emotions, and you do not deserve.
You were actually a dead inside psychopath.
Yes,
that's right.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
And listen, these small rodents' inability to speak English has not stopped our crack team of degenerates here at Drinking News from speculating about exactly what Little Pebbles might have wanted to say in this horrible situation, if she could. And wouldn't you know it? We've been able to put these thoughts together for you in the form of another of our oft-dreaded Drinking News Top 5 list, which, against the better judgment of many people who claim to care about my mental well-being, I would like to share with you now. This would be the top 5 things that Pebbles, the hamster, might have said before meeting her untimely demise, if hamsters could talk. I would ask you for some top 5 list music here, Ian, but I'm not digging the pencil.
Think of it like
percussion.
a beatnik session.
Top 5 things Pebbles might have said
I don't have a conga.
before she was flushed. Here we go. Number 5. Wait. This thing doesn't look like a habit trail to me. Number 4. So, hang on. You're just giving me a swirly here, right?
You're going to hold my tail, right?
Number 3. Hey, no need to flush. Turns out I didn't have to go at all. Number 2. It's fine if you need to pray to the porcelain god, but I draw the line at offering it a sacrifice. And the number 1 thing that Pebbles the hamster might have said before meeting her untimely demise, if hamsters could talk, number 1, I missed the drum roll here. See, the drum roll would have been
sorry,
great.
I didn't know you need. Hold on.
Well, but that's not really a drum roll. No, that's not a drum roll. Number 1 thing that Pebbles the hamster might have said, thank you, Terry, before meeting her untimely demise, if hamsters could talk. Number 1, this sucks even more than when I was the emotional support hamster for Richard Gere. You almost could have put the, since we didn't have the ukulele.
Like when you said this sucks even more, I knew Richard Gere was coming into it.
You really could have done the fanfare there, Terry, since we didn't have yeah. See, that would have made it land a little harder, I think. Reporting live from the Spirit Airlines gates at the airport, where I'm getting a little nervous because I just saw a repair crew approaching our Spirit Airlines plane with a really large rubber band. My name is Cruz, and that, my friends, is your Drinking News. Drinking News.
Now it's time for Drinking News.
It doesn't work as well when it's a cappella. It really doesn't.
I assumed you would have captured the other side of our.
You know what? I realize I didn't now that I need to get the out.
Did we go too long in this segment?
We're ready
Terry?
to go.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back at Smoking and Toasting.
We haven't talked about this beer yet.
Welcome back at Smoking and Toasted, and that's what we're going to do for this entire final segment. is talk about this final beer, because usually we get into that, but for some reason Drinking News was just a total
Amazing.
abomination today, and so we took a little longer. But our final beer is a beer from the Burial Brewing Company. Now that's kind of strange, I get it, but this is described as an Imperial Stout with macadamia, Thai banana, and rum-aged vanilla bean. So immediately when I saw this, I was like, I am buying this, because this sounds like
Rum aged? Does that
something
mean
I
it's
would-
aged
I would-
in rum?
Aged in rum barrels.
Rum barrels.
Yeah.
Macadamia is always a great flavor. in there
Macadamia
as
is
well.
great, and I love me some vanilla bean. So that's
Vanilla, it's hard to go wrong. I mean,
as the Bare Naked Ladies once said, it is the finest of the flavors.
Just ask my son. He'll go to Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors, and then like try 4 or 5, and then get vanilla.
give vanilla.
Let me just say something right now, and I'll challenge anyone to refute this. A bowl of vanilla bean ice cream. Sorry, we've been drinking on the show. Vanilla bean ice cream with chocolate syrup. That's the greatest ice cream you could have. You just can't get better
does
than
it?
that.
So it tastes really good, like when you're digging into it, right? But what happens when you got just kind of the warmer, liquefied stuff all swirling around
Ice
the bottom of the
cream
bowl?
soup.
That just tastes like there's a specific flavor that happens when it's warmed up.
Yeah. Ice cream soup.
Yeah. Well, my solution for that is just drop another scoop of ice cream into that. And it kind of takes care of the problem. But let's talk about this
I
beer.
love the vanilla bean in it.
This is from Burial Brewing Company. Ian, you had the initial wow reaction to this. Tell me your thoughts.
Well, have you tried it yet? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because freaking wow.
Yeah.
Like this is okay. So this, I expected this to be. First off, an Imperial an Imperial Stout's going to be
I love
little
the
more-
end of the show.
a little more coffee
you want to know
forward.
how strong the
the
whiskey was?
whiskey was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and this is coming in at 13.5%, by the way.
Wow.
But the initial flavor you get a lot of times on a stout is coffee. Like
Right.
It's really
You get
upfront
that
thing.
darker
And I
coffee-ish
keep
flavor.
every time I take a sip of this, I was expecting that coffee. There's
There's a sweetness to it.
There's
instead.
almost no. This tastes more like maple syrup and vanilla and
marshmallows.
Yes.
like the burnt outside edge of the marshmallows.
Yes,
though.
absolutely.
And it is huge. Like the mouthfeel is somewhere between motor oil and Vaseline. I don't have a lot of basis for comparison there, but
Listen, my wife
Oh.
puts Vaseline on her feet and then puts socks on before she goes to bed.
Soft feet.
okay,
She's
She's a very strange and
It's
wonderful
better
woman.
than the guy who actually invented it, who supposedly ate a spoonful of Vaseline
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
Vaseline, yeah.
petroleum jelly.
Yeah. He supposedly ate a spoonful every day.
I use it on
Cleans you right out.
the truss rod nuts on guitars because
Yeah.
the stuff
You know,
never dries out.
I dated a girl that she don't use jelly. She uses Vaseline.
Did she use Vaseline?
That's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. Boy, all you Gen Xers right now are going, thank you, someone who speaks my
She
language.
don't use butter.
And millennials are going, what the hell are they talking about? No, but look up the She Don't Use Jelly by, who's that by?
I can't even remember.
I started to say Flaming Lips. This is not the Flaming
no,
Lips.
it's not Flaming
It's like-
Lips. It's
it's some other band that was their biggest hit. So think about that. Your biggest hit is about a girl who eats Vaseline.
I know who it
Yeah,
is.
Flaming Lips.
Oh, was it
It
Flaming
was
Lips?
not Flaming Lips, was
I
it?
don't know. It has Flaming Lips, 1993.
Oh, that was the album right before Yoshimi versus the Pink Robots.
Yoshimi versus the Pink
That's
Robots is a
brilliant, 'cause I
freaking
think that was like
brilliant.
86 or
That's
80.
a brilliant album. Not nearly as big a hit, but it was a brilliant album.
Anyway, I know we're talking a lot about it. This beer is good.
Yeah, it really is. And
And so is the Yoshimi versus the Pink Robots, by the way. Whole album. Just listen to the whole album. It's so
listen, first two lines. Her name is Yoshimi. She's got a black belt in karate. That should take you everywhere you need to know about going.
good. Sometimes
with
the
that album.
opening line of a song is so good, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, The Who said, I woke up in a Soho doorway, a policeman knew my name. Like, you know exactly what's happening.
there's
Like,
no
that tells a story
there's
in
no mystery,
2
yeah.
lines.
Maybe, yeah.
That's like
I'm
10
totally-
words.
Right. It tells you exactly where you're going. I even think of Jeremy by Pearl Jam. Second line, you know exactly what's going to happen in this song.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's just
know
where it's
where
going to
it's
go.
going.
Again, I offer that up as a tribute to our Gen X listeners. You know, we're the coolest generation. I don't care what anybody else says. Ian, this beer is delicious, but it's like I don't know. It's like drinking a marshmallow cake or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
This
it's
is
so,
like one of the biggest, most ridiculous mouthfeels I've ever had on one of these beers.
So this is from the people at Burial. It is 13.5%
Yes.
ABV,
and
but,
you don't even notice it.
but it is called
you
the
don't.
Burden of Unexceptional Discomfort, which I love. I love that beer name, but I don't know what it means, but I love it. It's one of those things like, this is one thing you learn, as you go through life. It's like sometimes stuff just sounds really cool. You don't have to know what it means. Just give it a thumbs
It's
up.
got a giant eye with a tear coming out of it
That's exactly right.
over
This
a
is
desolate landscape.
This is wonderful beer. So I'd just like to point out we've
it's
had 3
Pink Floyd
amazing beers on this show.
Yes.
Amazing
Yes,
beers.
it is a Pink Floyd
the
album.
Stesti was great.
Yeah, all 3 beers were fantastic
The Tractor
today.
Time or whatever it was called.
Tractor Juice.
Yeah.
Tractor Juice, yeah. I like Tractor Time though. Tractor Time.
Tractor Time sounds like a game that you would play on Atari.
Or like a
Burger Time.
or like
Burger Time.
a dance that you would do back like in a John Waters movie.
Remember
You know?
Pitfall?
Pitfall, dude.
Pitfall.
So are you playing anything right now? Since we're like devolving into video game territory at the end of the show.
I don't have a video game console. The only
you
thing
don't?
I ever play is I have the newest version of Diablo on my computer.
Oh, okay.
And I'll
cool.
go hack and slash things, and then I'm like, oh, I'm done, and I can turn it off anytime. I love
They've
that.
promised me GTA 6 this year.
Oh, dude,
sometime.
it's coming. I've been playing GTA 5. That's
They pushed
fun.
it back from May to September or something, but they keep promising me.
It'll happen. They're just stringing you along, Terry.
I'm just they're working on the jiggle physics.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us for Smoking and Toasting and hearing the words jiggle physics in the final moment of the show here. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week with lots of cool stuff. Do we have a guest next week, don't we?
Ooh, hold on. Let me look at my calendar because the answer is, I think,
I believe we do. I believe we have a guest next week.
Possibly.
next week is.
As I recall, it was somebody pretty cool.
Oh, Docs.
Oh!
Bartholomew Doxakis.
Bartholomew Doxakis will join us.
Doxakis.
That means rum is imminent, my friend,
Yes.
and I love this. We'll be here for it next week. Thanks for listening and for checking us out. This is Smoking and Toast, and we will be right back. Oh, no, we won't. We'll be back next week.